Now, how about them damn Celtics?
All right, we're back. Another Boston Celtics video, and today we are talking about Kristaps Porzingis. Kristaps Porzingis just played his first knockout stage game of EuroBasket. Him and Latvia had a big win over Lithuania. He had 34 points, 19 rebounds, and two assists, or two blocks, excuse me, in the game. I talked about some stuff after the game, most notably in connection to the Celtics, about not being healthy in the playoffs. And you cannot imagine how frustrating it was to be in the playoffs and not have the gas inside you that you usually have. It's just hard for you, not only physically where you're pushing yourself, but you don't have it. But as you said, it's just frustrating. It's frustrating. So what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And I kind of took that as, okay, I have this problem on my hands now. How can I solve it? So just a frustrating time for him, at least, thinking back on it. However, did play pretty good in his EuroBasket game.
He had like a nice little ramp up in EuroBasket because if you remember at first he wasn't playing well. Like he went through 3-4 games, was 0 for 13 from 3. Then he plays against Portugal with Nimi.
Oh wait, they lost.
Yeah, they lost.
I thought
lost
they
yesterday.
won. Oh, I didn't
Yeah,
know that.
despite
Wow,
the loss,
they lost
man.
to Lithuania. Sorry, my bad.
No, that's all right. But anyways, he played Porzingis. I mean, he played Nimi. It was like reminded of what once was, what he was once able to do when he started his career with the Celtics, at least his Celtics tenure, and then came back to life like this. And seeing him go bananas in the knockout stage loss, very tough. Just an unreal performance. He had a putback dunk off his own 3-point miss. Like, he went crazy.
Yeah.
This was the guy that Celtics fans had hoped would show up in the playoffs for them. And the most infuriating part about the whole thing, which we've talked about on the show before, he got sick in like March. He came back before the season was over and was good. He had a near 40-point game at Madison Square Garden. He couldn't miss. Like, he lit the Knicks on fire. And then the playoffs came around, and none of that was anywhere to be found. He looked like a zombie. Tough circumstance for the Celtics to just have their season go up in flames. Like, that's just one of the very many things that went wrong for them. But, man, if they get like 50% of what he's able to do, like, normally, they probably move on at the very least.
It's tough. It was bad timing. He couldn't stay on the floor. He was incapable of playing NBA level basketball in that moment. And like I said, it was really the worst possible time it could have happened. It is what it is, and he played really well in the EuroBasket game. I didn't know the outcome. I just saw the stats and assumed they won, I guess. But apparently, Valanciunas was too much for KP to handle in that one. But yeah, man, listen, like, I get there's this general frustration with Kristaps and the way things ended, and it makes complete sense. He was bad. It's not his fault. Absolutely not. Like, he got hurt, or he got sick, I should say. And sometimes that just happens. But I do understand why people are frustrated as well, because Celtics fans haven't really known anything else. And no fan base has really known anything else. It's just he's never really on the court. And whether it's an injury or an illness, it just kind of is what it is with KP, and you run that risk and you understand it and you deal with it when it comes. But I don't think should be anything against him as a person, right? Like, he clearly wanted to be on the court. He wasn't thrilled. Wasn't thrilled with being forced to not play in the playoffs or not be himself at the very least. He still got some run and tried his best, but it just is what it is. 19 rebounds is crazy. I will say. 19 rebounds
is
nuts.
A lot of guys are just going bananas in EuroBasket on the glass, though. Like, I feel like there's not... It's not to say that there aren't good big men in EuroBasket, because there clearly are, like Jokic, Giannis, Porzingis. Even Nimi is, like, an NBA quality guy. But maybe, like, the rest... Maybe the European style is, like, everybody runs while the big man rebounds. I don't really know. But we're seeing a lot of that from everybody involved.
For context, that would tie his career high for the NBA. He had 19 in a game when he was in Washington. I don't know what his career high on the Celtics is. I'm going to try to look right now. I have to log into my StatHead account real quick, and I can tell you. But I don't think Kristaps
here a lot. So I would doubt like it's anything crazy. Like, it would be Tatum,
I don't think
Horford, Cornette, Porzingis. Like, there's so many different guys that crash.
Yeah. Let me Let me go to his basketball reference page and take a look. I had to sign in real quick. But yeah, like it just sucks. It just is what it is. Like I don't think there's any use in being upset anymore. I think he was going to get traded regardless of whether or not he remained or whether or not he played well in the postseason or not. Unfortunately, like I said this before, I think if the Celtics won the title, they still would have traded probably both of those guys, or maybe there's some workaround where they could have just dumped one salary and then managed to keep one, but it was always going to be hard. His career high as a member of the Celtics was, well, this is annoying. It might be 13. I need to double check because the one game that it is against Dallas. It's 13. It's 13. Okay. He had 13 in a game for the Celtics, and that is
big night.
The most he's ever had. So
I would say,
yeah,
just like an added annoyance with all of this is like it is clear like there was something bothering him. There was something that it took him a minute to ramp up from. Just if you look at his EuroBasket stat lines, they just get better game to game. Maybe there is a little bit of seller's remorse, not in terms of getting rid of him in general, but maybe they could have got more back because the net return for Porzingis is RJ Lewis, and you had to give up an extra second round pick. So like you literally lost a second round pick for RJ Lewis, and that is all you have to show for Porzingis at the moment, which is not. I mean, we talked about this a little bit, like where if you go back down the Porzingis trade chain, it is always pennies on the dollar somehow.
Yes. What do you mean somehow? It's just because you're trading for half the player. Unfortunately, you're trading for
like
not
worth
a consistent
it or not
player.
worth it to get him on the Celtics.
What the Celtics did was worth it, 100%.
Yes.
They also got a draft pick to do it.
Yes.
Like it wasn't like they gave up. Like obviously, giving up Marcus Smart is a lot because like it is what it is. But let's not sit here and act like they gave up the defensive player of the year. They gave up somebody who has since played 50 games and they got a draft pick in the trade. Like
they timed it up really well. It's like to their credit. Like that trade at the time, well, obviously at the time it was like heartbreaking, but like even from an outsider's perspective, it was a good piece for Memphis to get to help facilitate it, right? Like everybody involved felt like they were getting something in return that was really helpful. Like in this case for Boston, like if you want to point at the cap relief is the thing, yeah, like they needed to do that. But you would hope you would get like more than having to pay a second round pick to get rid of somebody like Porzingis.
They just didn't have any leverage. Even if you had played incredible, like they probably wouldn't have had much leverage because everybody in the NBA knows like, oh, this is why you're doing it. Like you don't just trade somebody randomly after they play incredible. Like you need to trade them. It was always going to be a tough spot. And unless Porzingis had leverage,
like, if people wanted
if other
him,
teams
though,
were
if there was like a bidding
sure.
war.
Maybe. I think there's more of an argument for they would have had a lot more Drew Holiday interest. I don't know if they would have ever gotten there with Kristaps. I don't think there was ever going to be a bidding war for Kristaps just because of who he is as a player. But it doesn't matter.
Well, Holiday was clearly worth more because they got a better return. Even if you don't feel that strongly about Simons. Like, rather have him or give up a second-round pick in a trade.
Listen, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Let us know what you guys think of Kristaps. Appreciate you for tuning in. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll let you.
Hey, thank you very much for listening and watching. Make sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you think of the Porzingis trade, of his performance in EuroBasket. This might be the last time we talk about him for a little while. So get all your Porzingis takes out in the comments because it's on to the next. You can subscribe to the channel. We are here every single day. Full pods drop Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday, game recaps of the morning after each game. Other videos are here in between to keep you up to date with all things Celtics. You can find the two of us on Spotify and Apple too. All pods and recaps are there. So if you just want those followed, they'll go right to your feed. Leave a 5-star review. We'd appreciate that very, very much. You can email us, hbtcpod@gmail.com. We're reading them every single time we record a pod. That means later today, as you're hearing this, send in those emails. hbtcpod@gmail.com. Our socials are How About Them C's for Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Facebook's the name of the podcast. All streams are there. They're on YouTube. They're on Twitter. Jack's Twitter is Jack's1NBA. Mine's at Sam with Friends NBA. That's it for us.
Taco. Come on.
Taco's having some fun here.